Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back into a Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to give you guys the best settings to use if you guys want to build fast, or if you guys are more of the smooth type players. I'm going to give you guys some great settings to use to help you build fast or smooth, whichever one you guys like. So definitely stay tuned to the video if you guys are looking for some great settings to try out. And real quick, before we get into the video, up on the screen I have the V-Buck giveaway winner of this week. I give away V-Bucks every single Friday. So if you guys would like to win some free V-Bucks, all you guys have to do is to drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you guys get notified for every single new upload and when I announce the winners every Friday. And lastly, make sure you guys put down your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account down in the comment section below, and you guys will be automatically entered into the giveaway. If you guys would like to support me in the item shop, all you guys have to do is go down to the bottom right, click on support a creator, type in my creator code, which is Young Humor, and you guys will have me added and supported as a creator. And lastly, I'm super excited to announce my new merch. You guys can find it in the link in the description or the pinned comment if you guys are interested. Definitely get a long sleeve t-shirt or a hoodie if you guys like it. And with that being said, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys some very great settings to try out if you are looking to build faster, or if you guys are looking to build smoother. I want to show you guys some really good settings to use. So the first settings are going to be the smooth settings. And so the settings that you want to have that I recommend are at 1.7 for your building, at 1.9 for editing, your horizontal speed on 43%, and your vertical on 45. Now, I like these settings a lot, but the thing with these settings, they'll have just a little bit of quickness to them, because there is a ton of retakes in this game where you're just gonna have to have that little bit extra speed in order to get off the retake. But if you want these settings to be like as smooth as possible, I would recommend for the building to be a 1.6 and your editing to be a 1.7. Your horizontal and vertical can stay the same, so you would lower your build speed by 1 point, and then you would lower your editing sensitivity by 2 points. That's if you want like super smooth settings. I recommend just having these settings because there is going to be a lot of retakes where you're just going to need that extra speed in order to get off that retake, and then your other retakes are going to be very relatively smooth. So these settings are great. I highly recommend them. And just for the other ones, it doesn't really matter. I guess your dead zones, just whatever feels right for your controller. As far as your ADS, it doesn't matter. I think I play on like a 12%. But that's the only settings that you want to focus on. So these settings definitely are smooth. They're not like the smoothest of settings. As I mentioned, they just have a little bit of quickness to it, which is really nice considering that there's just so many retakes in the game where you just have to have that little bit extra speed to get it off. So if you're doing, say, like a triple edit, or if you're going for just like a really quick back-to-back edit, not like a double edit, but like something where you have to edit really quick and then side jump and then edit again. Just something where there's a ton of edits that were, just back-to-back-to-back. You probably need that little bit extra speed. And of course, as you can see, it still is pretty smooth. I'm able to build just fine with a lot of control. And that's the thing with smooth settings, is you really just want to have settings that you have great control with, settings that you are able to just have really good control over your crosshair so that you're able to control your builds more, and it's going to make it a lot smoother. And if you want smooth settings, it usually is best to go with settings that are a little bit slower. Now, you can be smooth on almost any sensitivity, but a lot of players, and even myself, if I play on a high sensitivity, I'm going to have a bad habit of trying to flick too much. And if you try to flick when you're building, it's just not going to look really smooth. So if you're the type of player who likes to flick a lot and you want smooth settings, you're just going to have to turn down your settings quite a bit, which, as I mentioned, you can pretty much be smooth on almost any settings in the game. It just comes down to your control and just not flicking, if you're just not having a high sensitivity and then flicking out all over the place. So having a low sensitivity will help with that tremendously. So going into the fast settings that I have a 1.9 for my building, a 2.0 for my editing, horizontal speed on a 46%, and vertical on a 49%. I do really like having a slightly higher vertical sensitivity. I think it helps out quite a bit if you're free building, because you're able to place high walls, cones, and just any structure where you have to look in a vertical motion. It's going to be a lot easier to do so, and it's going to be really quick. So I do really enjoy having a higher vertical sensitivity, and I recommend for you guys to try it out as well. But this sensitivity definitely is fast. It's not like the craziest sensitivity. I'm not on like a 2.5 building or editing, and you really don't have to have that high of a sensitivity in order to build quickly. It just really comes down to having enough speed to be able to get off your edits quickly, but you don't want to have too much speed. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult to have control, and there's going to be some retakes that are going to be hard to do, just because some retakes just require you to have really good build placement. And if you have a really high sensitivity, you're going to be able to place structures quickly, but it's going to be harder to control where they're being placed. And that's why you want to make sure your sensitivity is fast enough to be quick, but not too fast to the point where you lose that control, and it makes it harder to do certain retakes. And it can really mess you up in game if you try to place a wall, say maybe above you, and then you place it right in front of you, and a lot of times you can just end up wasting way too many mats as well. So it's just not a good idea to play on like a 2.5 editing sensitivity, and some of you guys play on like a 5 or just something crazy, which is just ridiculous. But you want to play on something, as I mentioned, that's fast, but not too fast to the point where you're losing control, because you shouldn't be on a fast sensitivity and feel like you just can't control your crosshair. You're just missing your flick shots, you're missing your edits, your builds. It should feel quite comfortable as soon as you switch. Of course, there's going to be some muscle memory, but it shouldn't take you more than, say, 5-10 minutes to be able to have a firm grasp on the sensitivity and be able to play with it pretty well. So these are the settings that I have and that I would recommend for you guys to try out if you are looking to be on a fast or smooth sensitivity. Also, not to mention, if you guys haven't changed this setting specifically already, make sure you guys do so. It's in the game settings. It is going to be towards the bottom, sort of. It's kind of like in the middle, but it's going to be the disable pre-edit option. You always want to make sure you have that on so you don't accidentally make a pre-edit when you're going for an edit. This happens a lot if I try to like a triple edit. I'll end up missing my wall edit, and then I'll have a pre-edit on my cone, which is super annoying. Sometimes that happens to walls as well. So you want to make sure you have that setting on. It's super useful because you don't get caught in an awkward situation where you try to place a wall and it's already pre-edited. And I do use confirm on release. It's just something that I think everyone should use. It's just really helpful and it's very beneficial. But as I said, you want to make sure you have the disable pre-edit option. Make sure you have that off. It's just a game changer, and it helps you out from not making the mistake of not knowing that your wall is pre-edited and then trying to place a wall and then just getting blasted by a shotgun. So those are going to be all the settings that I have. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful and of value. If you guys could, make sure you guys do drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel. I do live stream every day, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time on this channel. Make sure you guys do hit that notification bell so you guys get notified every time I go live. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.